Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Edna Keep here live with Mindset Monday. And the question today is, do you have the right mindset for success? I find that the number one thing that people have to work on to keep making their mindset better and better is thinking differently of success. So I hope that topic interests you, and we'll get going in a minute here. So first of all, I just want to ask everyone, how was your weekend? I know we had an absolute fabulous weekend. We're out at the cottage. You can see my background. That's my anchor. Isn't that beautiful? Out at the cottage. We enjoy being here pretty much the whole month of July. We're back and forth a little bit with the kids because, of course, they get bored. You know, they want to go hang out with their friends that can't make it out here, although we do get a lot of friends out. We're starting to make a lot of good friends out here. We've been out here about 4 years now, and we're meeting more and more new people all the time. So we're starting to have a social life out here, which is kind of cool. And what's really cool is I have internet coverage, so I can still do this kind of stuff. I can still do all my work right in the corner of my kitchen. And it's funny because good friends of ours just down the way, I think we're number 10, they're like 100 and something. They don't have good internet coverage. She was showing me yesterday how she's got to stand in one special spot in her kitchen to even get decent coverage, not good. And we're less than a mile away, and we've got excellent coverage. So that's so powerful because otherwise I wouldn't be able to work out here. So anyway, I want to talk about some of the things that will help you get into the right mindset for success. You know, a lot of times people will have something happen to them. And you know what? We all have stuff happen to us. So your consciousness or how you choose to deal with that is the difference between success and failure. And one of the questions I want you to start asking yourself every day when something happens, is to change from, oh, why does this always happen to me, to something else like, why is this happening for me? I learned that from one of my coaches a while back. And no, my dog is scratching at the door. Anyway, and I started just changing that verbology, and it has made such a difference for me. So instead of asking, why these certain challenges are happening to you, ask why they're happening for you. And I'm going to give you an example. You know, we bought a business a few years ago, and it didn't go anywhere near what we were sold on. We're actually in court about it right now because there was we were just sold the whole bill of goods. Anyway, it was pretty tough on us because it was a lot of money. Like we're fighting, I think, for like $600,000 to give you an idea, and it really hurt us. It really hurt us, and it. For a long time, my husband and I would sit at the table and we'd whine to each other about it. You know, that bastard, and excuse the language, but we really got down, and plus we were down on ourselves for why didn't we recognize that? Why would we trust this person? Stuff like that. Well, you know what? We started asking ourselves, why is this happening for us? And you know what? The fact is, the reason it's happening for us is we're on the way to explosive growth in our businesses. We absolutely are. And we needed to learn that lesson at a lower money value than at a $6 million value. You know, it's much easier to deal with a $600,000 challenge than it is a $6 million challenge. So we just said, okay, how do we have to deal better with these challenges? Well, things that we learned are we have to write better contracts. We have to have better lawyers who understand all that kind of stuff. Because you know what? We did have lawyers involved. We had excellent lawyer involved, good friend of ours. And everything would have been good if the business person we were dealing with had been ethical, so to say. But you know what? You can't trust ethics and someone's ethics because you don't always know what it is. And I really think, and not everyone agrees with me, but this is how I choose to think. I choose to think that I don't think he started out with the intention. but it was like stealing candy from babies. We weren't knowledgeable about that area. He sucked us into a lot of stuff that, let's not bring the partner in yet, different stuff like that. Let's try to use the same lawyer and save some money. We didn't fall for that one. We used our own lawyer, but the contract still wasn't what we should have. So what I'm saying is we stopped focusing on why did this happen to us and changed it to why did it happen for us. And you know what? Now we have systems in place where that's not going to happen again, or not to the level, so that ask yourself every day when life throws a curveball at you, why is this happening for me? What do I need to learn from this? Why am I getting this curveball thrown at me now? What do I need to learn to scale my business? And I had a student reach out to me the other day, and she's having some challenges with her business. And she said to me, Edna, I want to change my business model. I want to do what you're doing. I want to go after multifamily. I want to bring in investors. I don't want to be footing the bill all the time. I want my joint venture partners to be putting in all the money, different stuff like that, because she's still putting in certain amounts of money into her deal, like closing costs. If the investor says I only have so much money, she's taking it at face value and saying, okay, well then I have to come up with the rest, but the investor still gets their share, different things like that. We have to change our mindset, right? So I said to her, first of all, I want you to ask yourself, why is this happening for me? And realize that you've asked the universe to give you some changes. You've asked for changes in your life. And the universe is giving them to you, because the universe acts on speed. When you ask for something, lots of times the answer is right there. So the answer was given to her. You want to change your business model? Okay, here's a challenge. And the challenge was thrown at her. Oh my gosh, I need to come up with 35% down instead of 25% down. So I asked, is it a deal you can get out of? No, conditions are all removed. Okay, then let's go back to the investor and say, lender rules have changed. I can't get 25% down. Now I need 35%, so I need no more money from you to make this deal work. And no, it doesn't have to come out of your side of the deal. His side will be reduced because it's the lender challenge, right? And so she's working on that mindset shift to make the change. Because sometimes we talk ourselves into thinking, well, the challenge came up, it's 100% our responsibility. It's not true. It's not always 100% our responsibility. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's stuff we have to deal with. But that's a mindset shift. Can you see that? So sometimes when you're getting these challenges, whatever it happens to be, maybe after you eat, your stomach is upset. Well, you know what? That could be your body's way of saying, don't eat that crap. Maybe when you wake up and you don't have the energy to work out, it's because you didn't eat right yesterday, or you drank too much, or whatever. And you're asking the universe to help you get in shape, help you exercise more, help you eat right. Well, sometimes those stomach upsets, there's your answer. What did I eat yesterday? That was crap. Quit eating that, So those are mindset shifts. You see that? If you're asking for something and there's stuff happening, ask, how is that moving me towards my goal? What do I need to learn from this? What can I learn from this? As opposed to, why is this happening to me? Sometimes it shows up in the form of money challenges, and money challenges are coming at you left and right. Maybe it is time to change that business model. Maybe the market that worked for you for the last 3 years is changing, so you need to change that business model. That's why the money challenges come at you. It's because, the market's changed. You got to do something different. So again, why is this happening for me? What do I need to learn? What can I take from this challenge and run with? Do you need to keep getting hit over the head with a 2x4? Or do I need to change my business model? Good questions, right? And if you can make it a habit of asking those questions to yourself, it'll be powerful. I just noticed I can't read the screen, and I have a bunch of people that have joined. So good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Juanita. Hey, Juanita, thanks a lot for reaching out to the person in the group the other day and helping him with his challenge about, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it good morning, Derek. Good morning, Anne. Good morning, Amanda. And good morning, Chandel. Okay, perfect. So have you guys had areas in your life where something has showed up like that and it's actually pointed you in a different direction of your life? I know Chandel's a good example. Chandel wasn't happy living in Indian Head. She wanted a change. And she got a hit over the head with the 2x4, which basically sometimes means, oh my gosh, this is an opportunity, and they jumped on it. And that has worked really well for them. I see the joy in their faces from working in that area, in that environment, compared to what they were working in here. And I absolutely love to see that. So we have to learn to take advantage of those challenges sometimes, because that's how they show up. Good morning, Jerry. Good morning, Marja. Glad to have you on. So the question is, has there been a time in your life that you've got, or you've asked the universe for something, and challenges have shown up to start pushing you in the direction you're asking for? Whether they're money challenges, health challenges, and here's Chandel's comment is, because I was just saying how they made the move from Indian Head to a Soyuz, BC, and how they were just not happy where they were and the opportunities that they've got. And she says, and honestly, so many great things are happening right now. For example, they just got a building under contract with a vendor take back 15%. So they're going to be sharing that with the group pretty soon. So make sure you watch for it, because I'm pretty excited for them. You know, there's some good things happening in BC, and they're getting an opportunity that they might not have recognized a couple of years ago. So this is really exciting. Hey, good morning, Sharnrick. How are you today? So again, my question is, and please type it in the chat box, because that's the only place I can see it. Where has a challenge showed up for you that's pushed you in a direction that you may not have been in? I know that if we hadn't have got that challenge with Tamco, when I was telling you earlier that with the home building business that we bought, if we wouldn't have had that money challenge there, I probably wouldn't have a coaching program like I do today. And you know what? I was saying to my husband yesterday, I woke up and I had 2 really fantastic emails that just made my day. And I was sitting there meditating, and I was just thinking, you know what? I am so lucky to get to do what I get to do. And one of them was help a student with a challenge. The other one was somebody signing up for my program. And another one was somebody wanting to upgrade to my mastermind. So 3 really great things happened when I woke up in the morning, and I went, how am I so lucky to get to wake up and do this every single day? You know, if things would have worked out the way we expected with Tamco, you know, I may not have been pushed as hard in this direction as I was. So one of my biggest challenges ever has produced the biggest opportunity, and it's helped me shift my mindset. And you know, honestly, I spend very little time thinking about that money challenge. I just went on and started dealing with it, making money in different ways, and it's been so exciting, and it's been a lot of fun. And if I wouldn't have recognized it as an opportunity, I could be just still stuck there thinking, oh, that challenge ruined my life. You know what? No one challenge ruins your life. It's how you decide to deal with that challenge. So as long as you remember that and keep that in mind, you can deal with any challenge thrown at you. Sharvik says he's tired. Were you working night shift last night? Hey, good morning, Graham. Nice to see you on here. So Marja, okay, if you guys aren't going to tell me your challenges, I know some of you guys, and I know some of your challenges. So I'm going to give you an example if you guys don't want to share with me. So Marja has had some challenges with her health, for one thing. And you know what? We were at our mastermind in New York here a couple weeks ago, and Marja sat in the mastermind, and she realized she wasn't playing big enough in the world. And you know, we always create our reality. We always create the challenges we have to push ourselves in a direction we need to go. So she's had some health challenges. Why is that? You know what? We both figured out that it's because she's not taking advantage of all the God-given skills she has, because she's an excellent salesperson. She's an excellent partner to have in a deal. And you know what? She decided now to share her knowledge with the world. So you watch. She's got a course coming out. That's going to be a powerful life changer for people, because Marge has been a salesperson forever, and a very, very good one. She can teach us all a lot of stuff. So she's putting that value out into the world, and you watch that explode for her. And you know what? That probably wouldn't have come if she didn't realize that part of her challenge is she's not showing up as big in the world as she could be. So there you go. Marge, tell me if I'm right or wrong. Amanda says, challenge leading to opportunity. I was laid off from my job in 2014, so I started my own business just on a small scale. One client led to 20 over 3 years, and I was able to move to BC, and now we can work from anywhere and do what I love. I didn't know that being laid off would lead to that. You know what? Exactly right. Some of our biggest challenges force us to think differently. Amanda, when you had that challenge, probably your first reaction was, oh shit, what am I going to do now? Or, oh my God, that's just terrible. But in the long run, if you keep asking yourself, how can I benefit from this? What's the universe telling me? You can build a way better life than you have right now. You know, we're getting good positive challenges right now. Like, for one thing, I've got students that have over 400 doors under contract right now. I haven't worked out the exact numbers because I've had 2 more come on board in the last couple of days, so I have to add that up. But you know what? I've got a student who reached out to me this morning and wants to work on a 712 door deal. And guess what? He's got the investors to back it up. If you can handle the challenges the universe throws at you, guess what? You get bigger challenges. Now, I could easily say, and 2 years I may have, oh my gosh, I can't handle a $712 or 712 door deal at once. But you know what? I can say right now that I can. I was talking to my bookkeeper this morning, and I told her what we're doing to scale. We've reached out to some VAs that's going to help us scale in a bigger and better way that we've ever been able to do before. You know, you've got to start looking at your business system differently if you had 712 doors in one deal, or 700 and 400 in 1 year. Because if we can close all these deals, man, 7 and 4s, that's 1,100 doors that we'll be part of in the next year. And we have 437 doors. Now, is that a challenge, or is that a challenge, or is that an opportunity? It's both. It's both a challenge and an opportunity. Here's one from Chandel. I closed down my salon 3 years ago, and it was super struggling and draining. It was never worked. No matter how hard I worked it, it just wasn't right. Very sad at the time, but now I'm so happy with what I do every day. And you know what? I see that. I see that when I had a chat with Jason and Chandel yesterday, because they're working on a deal. And I hear it in their voice. They're so much more excited. They're just on cloud 9. And you know what? If you can make your life work for you when you're on cloud 9 like that, oh my gosh, there are just so many opportunities. And Marja says, I'm so correct. So yes, you know what? Sometimes our challenges force us into the biggest opportunities we could ever be in front of. And Chandel says, yay, way to go, Marja. So yeah, you know what? And each of these opportunities, you know, and I'm thinking of the mastermind group that I'm pulling together. We're having a big sale on the mastermind group right now. I've got so many people, absolutely amazing people in my 90 Day to 5K group right now that are going to help the whole group take it to the next level. You know, if you wonder why I keep adjusting my glasses, I went and fell asleep on them the other night, so they're crooked. See, that's so annoying. And I hate that, but I don't know how to fix them, and I haven't been to the city to be able to get them adjusted. So it's annoying. I look weird. Anyway. Anybody else have something to share on where their biggest challenge took them into just a different place in their life that they may not be? You know, one of the biggest challenges I had back years and years ago was I had a daughter at age 16, and it was very challenging. But you know what? It forced me to grow in a way that a lot of my schoolmates never grew. They finished high school with maybe an AA average, got themselves a good job, which I used to envy like crazy, thinking, oh my gosh, if I could make whatever they were making at the time, $30,000 a year, I would be so happy. But you know what? I wasn't meant to be stuck at $30,000 a year. So I had to go through different challenges. So now I can talk about $30,000 days. You know, how many people would like to have that challenge? I bet you there's a few, right? Hey, good morning, Tyler. Good morning, Mary. I'm going to, I just want to mention again, so one of the things we're talking about here, and if you guys have anything to add, please do, is there a time in your life that one of your greatest challenges has turned into an absolute fabulous opportunity? Tell me if there's something in your life that that's changed into an opportunity. I know I'm going to talk a little bit about Tyler here just for a second, and I may be a little bit off with some of the things that I'm surmising, but Tyler actually skipped a grade, which I didn't know till just a little while ago when he did a really good video about that. He skipped a grade. So guess what? Tyler's a smart kid, right? Very smart. If you can skip a grade, you are smart. I don't care what anyone says. And then he gets into high school, and he wasn't an A student anymore because, and this happens with a lot of people. You know what? I was pretty much an A student till high school as well, because there's a lot of things to learn when we're young, right? Like there's just so much to learn. But when we get to high school, I believe that high school has to be pushed more towards our strengths as opposed to in that little box. Whereas if you're really good at memorizing stuff and you have an interest in all kinds of crap, my words, that you can get A's all through high school. I think you should be able to study what you want to in high school, because you know what? Even now, I study a lot of stuff. I learn a lot of stuff, and I constantly amaze myself at what I can start thinking about. For example, the other day, I was talking to a student who develops mobile apps, and I started wondering if I can put my 90-day to 5K program on a mobile app. And already I'm booked to have a discussion with him about that. You know what? 3 years ago, I couldn't even have thought about that. And now I'm thinking of putting my program on a mobile app. But anyway, back to Tyler. So an opportunity, skip the 8th grade. A challenge, never had high marks in high school. So that challenge, though, turned into an opportunity because he realized that that's not what he wanted to do. He didn't want to be a scholar. He didn't want to go on to university and get those regular JOBs that people have. He wanted to be rich. And, you know, one of the smartest things that he did is he started working as a salesperson. He worked as a salesperson. I'm talking about Tyler here again, you guys. He worked as a salesperson at a Mercedes dealership. Well, you know what? They train their salespeople really good. So Tyler has some sales skills that's totally helping him in his real estate business. Guess how many doors Tyler has in 1 year? 1 year, 74 doors. How many of you guys would like to be able to do that? So Tyler turned his opportunities / challenges into bigger and better opportunities, and they're rocking it out. They're doing so well right now, and they've ran with the opportunities that have been handed to them too. You know, or I shouldn't say handed to them. With the opportunities they've been presented, they're not scared of hard work. They don't have a goal of being millionaires tomorrow. They've got a 5-year plan that they want to be multimillionaires, and they're well on their way already. So watch them. They'll do really, really well. Mary, I know you and I have had conversations about challenges that have turned into opportunities. If you want to share, go ahead and type into the chat box. Graham, do you have any challenges that you can share with us that turned out to be opportunities that at the time you just thought was a huge challenge? How old are Tyler and Bailey? Tyler and Bailey are 20 years old. 20 years old and 74 doors. That's amazing, isn't it? they will be billionaires. I have no doubt they'll be billionaires. They've got the work ethic, they've got the mindset, and they're surrounding themselves with people that are going to help push them there. Absolutely. And you know what? They don't just learn from me. They learn from other people. And I love that. They follow Grant Cardone, and they name off a few different people I don't even know. But you know what? Different people resonate with different people. So find somebody that you can learn from and then just go for it, because that's how you grow. And I've used several different coaches over the years, and some I just felt like I outgrew. That they weren't growing as fast as, or they weren't helping me grow as fast as I wanted. Some people I just needed to learn different things. I followed and worked with Ray Hayden for 3 years, and that's what got me to be on, Facebook Lives, doing videos, stuff like that, which is now where I'm attracting my biggest audience. 3 years ago, I did not even have a online presence. So for any of you people that are technology challenged, here's a mantra for you. Technology is my friend. Every day I get better and better at technology. I used to phone up Ray and I'd be complaining, oh God, I hate technology. You know what? I actually love technology, but I just had to learn to change my verbology, because is there challenges with technology? Absolutely. Is there sometimes I go to do a live event and I can't get on my computer? Absolutely. But you know what? We can be here face to face on Facebook Live, and years ago you couldn't even do that. 3 years ago you couldn't even do that. Isn't that amazing? So technology is your friend, and the challenge of learning it is an opportunity. Mary says, my challenge was last year when I had to leave my job due to knee surgery. My opportunity came along when I met Edna. So isn't that cool? So that's a great challenge slash opportunity. You know, she had a knee surgery. She was working at the hospital, long hours. She was telling me 12-hour days. When her son Logan joined my mastermind, that was how we met. Logan started doing a little bit of work for me, and then I met up with Mary, and you know what? It was time for me to get my own full-time bookkeeper, and it just worked out. And the other day, Mary had another opportunity, and that opportunity was to go back to her full-time job and keep it, and to do it part-time. And so she went, well, you know what? It's probably a good thing. She went for a couple days and realized how much she didn't like it anymore. So now she's given that up totally. It only took her a day. How about that? One day she made that decision. She didn't have to suffer through it for 3 years thinking she had to keep that job. One day. And Mary, is it not true that already since you made that decision, more opportunities have shown up for you? And Graham says, I upgraded my mastermind this morning. And I'm so excited for you too, Graham. Oh my God, we have so much on the go. I can't wait to share it all with you guys. So make sure on you guys that are upgrading to the mastermind to put on your calendar noon till 12 Saturday. We are doing a half-day online mastermind through Zoom, and we are going to plan out our next 90 days, and we're going to explode these 1,100 doors we have in front of us. So excited. And Mary said, yeah, her opportunities have even expanded. One of the things that I've done recently is I reached out to some VAs in the Philippines. And I learned about it through another coach that I'm working with, that I'm taking one of his courses. And they were talking about this group. It's called Virtual Staff Finder. And so I reached out, I paid my fee, because there's a fee to even be, set up to work with them, because they don't want a bunch of tire kickers. And I set up my start of my parameters. And now this morning I got a request back asking me a bunch of questions. So I'll have to fill that out and send it back, but I'll have a VA on. And as we grow, because I said to Mary this morning, as we grow, if we had 1,100 doors in the next year, guess what? That's massive growth. I have 437 doors now. If we had 1,100, guess what? Big challenge, different challenge. We need to have the team lined up that can take it to the next level. Anyway, thank you guys very, very much for being on the call, being on the live here. I hope you got value. And just remember, every time a challenge comes at you, you ask, why is this happening for me? Not why is this happening to me, but why is this happening for me? What do I have to learn? What can I take from this and run with? So good day, everyone. Thanks very much for being on. And I do have a call. I have calls back to back all day. So I got a call. I got to get going. And have a wonderful, wonderful week. I am going to be back for Free Coaching Friday. If you have any questions, please shoot them to me so I can answer them live. And I will talk to you all then. Bye for now.